Right, hi guys, I've just had my shower. Oops, let me turn the back bedroom light off. Skippy's having a bath now. I've had my shower. Snoop's waiting at the bottom of the stairs because he knows it's going to be apple pie time in a second. I haven't got a clue what the time is because I haven't looked at the clock, so I'll do that for you in a second. But I want to, I'll grab any cups I can find and start doing the washing up. Then I'll do my sandwiches, then I'll do my apple pies. And the time is 10:05. Right, this is just this one, guys. Here we go. That's the cup. Come on in. Good boy, Snoop. Right, if I just turn some of these lights out, so that's the upstairs one. It's the front room. There's nobody in there, so I might as well just knock them out. Back door's wide open, so I better shut that. Hello, Sooty. Sooty's just come in. There's a good boy. Right, turn these lights on, guys. There we go. Right, we're in. Oh, that was a lovely shower. Right, I've washed my topper and I've washed my hair. My hair's just a little bit damp. I have put a hairband in just to try and hold it at bay while I'm doing the washing. Oh, let me just extend the selfie stick, guys. If I just turn it like that. Extend it as far as I can. There you go. And twist it round there. Yeah, how's that? Oh. Oh. Ooh. There's a moth in here. Right, I'll get the washing done first, then I'll worry about doing everything else. Right, we go there. Right, what to tell you. I've had lots of hits on the videos tonight, so thank you very much. Somebody said to me about the dress I was wearing earlier, that zebra printed dress. They said you really ought to wash these before you get them. I bought that from Oxfam on yesterday, Sunday, and I did ask the lady and she said that they've all just been washed. So, and that was, she said that it's only just come out on the pegs. So that one was fresh in the shop and it was washed. I can't smell, guys, you know that. I often tell you I can't smell, but I've been reassured it smelled lovely and fresh, but I can't smell it. So that was really comfortable. I've taken that off now. I'll put that back on the coat hanger. No point getting dressed up again now, so I've just got my nightie and my dressing gown on just to keep myself a little bit warmer. It isn't cold, but I felt a bit nippy after I came out of the shower. So let me get this done first. Oh, that's lovely. Woo. I was talking on one of my videos today about memorable cups of coffee, and I was on about having a cup of coffee in Berlin, and I was right next to the Brandenburg Gate. This is a few years ago now. I spent 2 weeks in Germany and I did all the big bits, all the big names. So I went for Munich and Berlin. I went for all the big places. I thought, well, if I'm here, I might as well do them. So I did the lot. I had 2 weeks over there. I had a fantastic time, but that was the most memorable cup of coffee I think I've ever had. More so because I really am into my history. A lot of the Second World War I'm into. As a child, everybody was ex-RAF, ex-Navy, ex-military, because I was born 15 years after the war finished. There was a lot of uniforms about still. Army vehicles were everywhere. All the garages had army breakdown trucks. Farmers had army vehicles as farm trucks. You know, they were just everywhere. And so I was brought up. All your friends, their dads had either been in the army or been there during the war. Their granddads had been in there. So it was that kind of atmosphere. And so I was always into my history. So when I went to Berlin, things like the Brandenburg Gate, obviously, because you often see it on the documentaries with the troops marching through and saluting and things like that, and it brings back all those memories. You're sat somewhere that is so historic in many ways, not necessarily for the right reasons, but yes, really interesting. So that was my most memorable cup of coffee. I just sat there drinking this cup of coffee. It was a beautiful day. It was a really sunny day. And I just sat there leaning back, looking at that Brandenburg Gate, thinking, oh my God, all the history that's been right past me. Yeah, that was that just sticks in my mind, really does stick in my mind. So that was my most memorable cup of coffee. I also mentioned about tattoos and piercings, and has anybody actually got a tattoo out there that they now regret having? I must admit, I sometimes see young ladies skimpily dressed and they are absolutely covered in tattoos, and I think, oh no, what have they done? And their arms and their legs almost look black because they've just got so many tattoos on them. But it's personal choice. At the end of the day, it's their personal choice. What they're going to be like when they're an 80-year-old grandmother with their tattooed bodies, I don't know. They'll be pretty wrinkly, I should imagine, by then. But yeah, have you any regrets about tattoos? Piercings aren't so much of an issue, I wouldn't have thought, because a piercing, you can take a piercing out and eventually the holes will heal up and everything will be back to normal. But yeah, tattoos, they're on there for life unless you pay a lot of money to have them removed. So, but I didn't have anybody, not anybody, as far as I know. I haven't gone through and read any messages lately, but I didn't see anybody saying that they regretted any tattoos. And they're not cheap either. They're not cheap. I know a couple of fellas at work who've had like arms and legs done, and then they have the outlines done, and then they go back later on and have the colours added and things like that. And I know that it's quite an investment. There's a lot of money that goes into these things, and some of them look really good. I went to a meet and greet at Sutton Coldfield in November last year, and Melly had some tattoos up her arms, and the colours were so vivid. A lot of the people I've seen with tattoos, the colours kind of start going darker and they kind of lose their pigment and they don't look good at all. But Melly's looked really sharp and really fresh. They really did look nice. I did say that to her. I did say to Melly, your tattoos look amazing. Yeah, but it's a personal taste, it's a personal choice, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's your body, it's your blank canvas, you can do with it what you want. I personally wouldn't have any tattoos. I'm quite happy not having tattoos. I'd much rather be able to wear anything and not have to worry about covering anything. I've got nothing to hide. It's all just bare flesh. That's what I like. And neither of my sisters have got tattoos. My mum hasn't, my dad hasn't. So I don't actually, well, I do know somebody, but I'm trying to think of people who've got tattoos. I think I'm going to a wedding in this month, July, and one of the members of the wedding group I know has got tattoos. Yeah, but personal choice at the end of the day. Personal choice. Right, today was a breath of fresh air. It was really nice at work today. I was watching the temperature as the day progressed, and it got up to the dizzy heights of 24, and that was really comfortable. It was really nice. I know it's going to heat up more and more as this week goes, but today was really nice. I really enjoyed today. Yeah, I could cope with it. It was lovely. I did turn my fan on, but only to I moved my fan to a different position, tucked it away a little bit more, so it's not in the way. And you have to make sure, because it oscillates, so it sort of swings from left to right. So you have to make sure there's plenty of room around it, that it doesn't catch anything. So I did fire my fan up just for that today, just to make sure that where I put it was okay. And it was, so I've turned it off again. So that's ready for the rest of this week when it heats up. So yeah, it's a lovely day at work today. And tomorrow's Terrible Tuesday. And I did mention this to the assistant service manager. I said, oh, you know what tomorrow is? And she said yes. I said, yeah, Terrible Tuesday. There's something else that we were discussing at work, and it's you get customers. Obviously you get customers who can get quite irate when things go wrong, when their cars break down and they can't get them mended straight away because there's so many other vehicles booked in ahead of them and things like that. And so you do get some people who kick off that they're not happy that they've got to wait to get their car fixed. And I was talking about a previous garage I worked at, and that was in Colchester, nothing to do with the group I now work for. And the service manager at this particular garage was having a conversation He was having a conversation with a customer on the phone, and the customer's getting a bit excited. He started swearing a lot, and I heard their conversation from the service manager's side, because I could hear the service manager saying, please don't keep swearing at me. And obviously the customer kept swearing at him, and he said in the end, he said, look, if you carry on swearing at me, I'm going to put the phone down. And shortly after that, the service manager put the phone down. And that's what I saw. I saw and heard that part. The workshop was actually behind the reception, so you didn't overlook the reception. So I heard that part of the conversation on the phone, and then I went back to the workshop at the back. Well, apparently shortly after that, I was informed what happened, but I didn't see it. But the service manager put the phone down on this customer because the customer kept swearing at him. And he said, if you don't stop swearing, I'm going to put the phone down. And the bloke wouldn't, so he put the phones down. Anyway, about 10 minutes after that, apparently this car roared into the yard, and this large gentleman got out of this car and stormed into the reception, demanding to see the service manager. And the service manager came out of the office, because it was behind the receptionist's desks, and he said, yes, can I help you? And this bloke walked over to him, and he got hold of him by his throat, and he pulled him over the top of the counter onto the other side of the counter where this customer was. He pulled him right over the counter and said to him, don't you ever put the phone down on me again. And with that, he turned around and walked out. I went, oh my God. And please, I didn't see that. But that really shook the service manager up. It would have shaken me up, that's for sure. But apparently this customer dragged the service manager over the counter and pinned him to the floor. I thought, oh my God. That's as far as it went. I don't think the police got involved. I think it got sorted out, but yes, it sounds like it got a little bit aerated. But that's something we were discussing today about irate customers who lose the plot a little bit, and it happens. I know it happens. Yeah, it's not nice when things aren't going right, guys. Right, now, where should we go from here? I think it's breadboard, plates. I'd go the usual route, guys. I've got lots to do tonight. The sausages were really nice. They were really, really nice. The dogs did have a couple of sausages as well. So we've all sausaged out tonight, and we've still got plenty of spares. I haven't made my sandwiches yet, so I'm going to have to do that after I've done the washing. And while I'm doing that, I can be doing my apple pies as well. There. Put that one over there. I'm trying to balance things, guys. There you go. Right, plates next. I've got Sooty sat here beside me. I don't know where Snoop is. He's probably on the settee. He won't be far away. I bet he's in the doggy day room on the sofa listening to every word. He will not be far away, but not when he knows there's apple pies afoot. I did get a phone call from Peter today. Now, when I went to see Peter yesterday, I was informed by one of his relations that Peter had lost my telephone number. Because Peter's a bit, he fumbles about with his phone and he accidentally clears people's details, so he can't phone them up. So I reset his phone for him yesterday, put my number back on there, and I got him to phone me, which he did. He phoned me, and I phoned him back, and it was all good. So I sent him a message this morning. I always send him a message first thing in the morning, and Peter will phone me back. And he didn't phone me back, so I'm thinking, oh, I hope he hasn't lost my number again. Right, there we go. I haven't got my apron on, have I? I didn't think. I'll be okay. I've nearly finished. Ah. Right, I have got to use the kennel again later this week when Skippy goes away, because obviously Skippy's been here and Skippy's been looking after the boys, taking the boys out, and so unfortunately with Skippy going away later this week, the boys are going to have to go back up to the kennel for about a week. They've got to go up there Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, that's a shame, but they've done really well so far. They haven't been up there since last year, so they've done really well. And I think we're not far off, guys. Nearly there, nearly finished. I very nearly bought a tub of ice cream on Friday when I was looking at the ice creams. I thought about buying a tub and having my hot apple pies and ice cream on top, but I didn't do it, but I did think about it. I did that last year, I'm sure I did. I'm absolutely positive I did. Right, there you go. Right, if I do a calendar, then I'll do the dog's dishes, then I've just got some recycles to wash and put back in the recycle bin. So we're nearly there, guys. I hope you all had some decent weather today. I don't know what it was like up and down the country. It did cloud over late today when Skippy came back. Made another drink and went and sat in the front room after we'd had our dinner. And the sky went black, absolutely black. And I said to Skippy then, I said, oh my goodness, look at that, the sky is as black as ink. So I assume it's rained somewhere, but it didn't actually rain here. But it really came over dark. Right, so, here we go. One more dog dish to do, then it's the recycles, and we are sorted. It's just my sandwiches and the apple pies to do, guys. It's really dark outside now. You can't see the window from there, but it looks inky black. Time wise now, 22:26. But I usually say so much for an early night. Right, that's precariously balanced. I'm hoping it's going to stay there. Right, let's get these washed up. So, another one to go on my list, more salad cream. As and when I use things up now, I'm just going to add it straight onto my my wall, so I know, so I don't forget. Oops. I'll try and open this one to wash the cap out. I can't open it, guys. Oh no. I'll put it back on the bottle. Give me something to hold on to. Oh, I've got it. Right, all nice and clean. Done. This is what my sausages came in and my chips. I'll just get these washed up and they can go in the recycle as well. Bins are Wednesday. I haven't I think it's the recycle, I think it's the blue bin. So I should have the garden waste tomorrow, and then I've got the blue bin on Wednesday. Yeah. That's one done. Last one coming, guys. We are done. Right, that'll do. Let's get this emptied out. We can do the sandwiches. That's something I did. I was thinking about that cup of coffee I had in Burnley. On quite a few of my European travels, my driving holidays, whenever I go somewhere initially, like I went to Germany, I'll do all the main big cities, you know, the Munichs, the Frankfurt, Berlin, all the big places. I do those. But if I ever go back again, I don't do them again. I only do them the once, because there's so many other places to see. And I love to go off the beaten track. Now, it wasn't the German holiday I did. I did one into southern Austria, into northern Italy, and then back into Austria and Switzerland. I did one down there. And what I used to do is I used to go to like little towns and villages and things like that. And to find somewhere to eat, I tend to go to pubs, not to go to like fast food restaurants. I didn't like doing that. I'd like to go to the local pubs. And I think the British are, or I'm particularly lazy in learning other languages. I don't know any other languages. But that's part of the enjoyment of it, is to make yourself understood. But most of the people I think I've come across when I've been in Europe speak English. And quite a few places I've been to where I've gone into a restaurant or a pub for a meal, they will actually translate the menu for you, and I find that's really good. And especially if you ask what's a local delicacy, what sort of thing is a traditional meal in this part of the country, and they'll suggest something. And I've had some really good meals and I couldn't tell you what they are now, but it was really good and I really enjoyed doing that. And it was all part of the holiday, because I'd never used to book hotels. I used to get in my car and I'd drive down to the Channel crossing. Invariably I'd go on the tunnel, because I travel okay on the tunnel, because you literally sit in your car on a carriage and it takes you across the other side, and it's really easy. Whereas the ship, if you go on a ferry, it's bobbing about, and that makes me feel ill. So my preference of choice to go across to Europe would have been the tunnel. And so you literally drive on in the UK, off in France, and that's the only thing I ever pre-booked. I used to pre-book my crossings, nothing else. I didn't book anything else. So once I got across, it was up to me which way I turned, left or right, straight ahead, and I'd just go and explore and find places. And it was so good. Didn't book any hotels up, so got to the afternoon, you think, right, we better start looking for somewhere to go and stay. And sometimes you get one which would be just a bed and breakfast, or and it was really good. Always go out for the evening meal. The first evening meal, you'd go and find some local pub or restaurant. I used to love it. I really did enjoy it. And I haven't done that now. The last time I went over would have been Italy. I think Italy was my last big road trip I did over there. And that was pre-COVID, guys, so that shows you how long ago that was. And my passport ran out shortly after that, and I didn't bother reapplying for a passport until probably about a year ago, when I had to change my details, and that's when I actually got a passport again. I'll never do that again. I'll never let my passport run out again, because it was such a palaver trying to get a passport again, starting from scratch again. It's a real pain. So I won't do that again. Next time it needs renewing, I'll just renew it. Right. Okay. Sooty's bounced about. He knows it's about apple pie time, but I've got to do my sandwiches first. So if we move the camera over here, I did get a loaf of bread out this morning, so it should still be there. Unless Skippy's eaten it all, I don't think she has. Let's have a look. Oh no, she's been there. She hasn't eaten it all though. I'm okay. Right, I've got some more corned beef to finish off. I've also got some sliced beef, I think. But I'm going to finish the corned beef first because that had the shorter date on it. So I'll do that one first. I can never get into these little sticky tabs on loaves of bread. There's an easy way around that. I'll just cut it off. Here you go, that's done. Right, got rid of that little tag. I never put those back on. I always just twist the loaf of bread like that, and then I put it in the cupboard so it sits on the piece of plastic so it won't unravel. You don't have to stick that little bit of cord back, that little bit of tape back on. Right, let me do this, guys. Right, I want 1, 2, 3, 4. Here comes Snoop. He's heard me doing the sandwiches. There he is. I thought he was going to wait for the apple pies, but he's hoping for something in the meat department. He might actually have a slice of meat because I think I'm going to have one left. So he might get half a slice each. Right. And I can get rid of this. I've got one spare slice here. I'll get rid of that. Then I can use this bag. Use that bag for my sandwiches tomorrow. Just shake the crumbs out, put that over there, get rid of my gloves, and go there. Don't need that one, that can go in there. Have that one for toast in the morning. There we go. Right, let's put the bread back in the cupboard. Right, that one's done. 2 crusts can go. And let's get this show on the road. Right, I need that one. Whoops. I need that one. I need custard. I'll finish this custard tonight. There's not a lot left in there, guys. And I'll have a cold apple pies again. Right, excuse me, please, Snoop. I'm just going to get a spoon for my apple pies. Spoon for my yoghurt tomorrow. Which goes in my tuck box, and a knife just to do what I'm doing over here with the sandwiches. Right, here we go. Right, so that's for my apple pies. Oh guys, what have I got? Love this time of day, guys. Absolutely love it. I played that video back that I took Sunday where I was walking in the woods at Arga Fen, and all you could hear was the birds, and there was a fox. A fox was screaming, if you can remember that one. Oh, what a lovely video. And when I played that, my dogs were twisting their heads and looking around. They could hear all these bird noises and the fox. And Sooty started to growl. Yeah, oh, that was lovely. That was a beautiful walk. And the thing that made that really special, apart from the dawn chorus, was I didn't meet anybody. And that was so unusual there because there's usually a lot of people there, and there wasn't a soul. Well, there was one vehicle there when I came out, but I didn't actually meet the person. But there was somebody else there somewhere. But that was so nice. Right, now I've got corned beef. I'll put a slice in each sandwich, and that gives me 1 slice left. And I'm going to cut that up between the 2 boys, and they can have half a slice each, just as a special treat, because they're both super special. There you go, Snoopers. Right, Snoops just swallows his. Sooty will be a little better. He will actually. There you go, Soot. Catch it. Oh, Sooty dropped it, but he's eating it. But that can go in the wash. That goes in the bin. My face, Snoop. And I'll have some Branston, I think. Oh, here we go. I've got my Branston pickle, guys. Ah. Somebody said to me, You eat an awful lot of sugar. Oh yes, I do. I've got a sweet tooth. Always have had a sweet tooth. Now, as a child, our parents used to take us to the dentist to have our teeth done. And I used to go to a dentist in Newmarket. Be me, myself, my two sisters. My mum and dad would take us over to Newmarket to see the dentist. And he'd check our teeth over for us. Now, my younger sister was really good at doing her teeth. She loved her teeth. She really looked after her teeth. And I wasn't quite so good. I used to, my parents would actually check my toothbrush. They'd go in the bathroom after I'd had a wash and they'd feel the toothbrush to see if it was wet. Well, I cottoned on to that. I knew what they were doing. So instead of doing my teeth, I'd actually just wet my toothbrush under the tap and put it back in the cup. And so I got away with it. But I didn't really get away with it because when I'd go to the dentist, I'd always end up having a filling. And my younger sister used to take great pleasure in hearing the drill going when I used to go in there to have my teeth looked at. And I'd always end up with a filling. And she'd go in there all smug, have her teeth looked at and come out smiling because she never had a filling. Yeah, I was never very good at looking after I've still got all my teeth. Honestly, I have. I got better in later life, but I did have a very sweet tooth and I did not look after my teeth. Children for you, hey? I won't be told. Right, there we go. So when that subscribe by said, cool, you've got a really sweet tooth. Yes, I have. Always have had. But I do my teeth now. I do look after my teeth now, but I've still got a lot of fillings. But they're still all there. Don't know how, but they're still all there, guys. Right, there we go. Right, sandwiches are done. I've wrapped them up in the sandwich bag, in the bread bag. Put this over here, guys. That goes there, that goes there. I'll put the Branston away. And apple pies, guys. Here we go. So I need a bowl. Snoop's licking his lips. What have I got? Oh, Snoopers. Right, that's one. He's just licking his lips all the time. He's looking at me licking his lips. Okay, guys. I'll twist the camera so you can see my boys. They'll be down there by that step. Snoop's taking up his position there. He's ready. Go and sit down, Sooty. Go on in, go and sit down. Here's Sooty over here. Come over there. Right, sit down please, guys. Both of you nicely. Okay, nicely. Yes, good boys. Right, there they go. Good boy, Soot. Right, get out of the way, guys. Right, that's the custard all gone. Good boys. Right, I think we're done. Oh, cakes. I need some cakes. These are my little muffins. Blueberry muffins, these ones. These come from Aldi. So I've got enough in here for this week. I do need some cling film though, so let's go and get the cling film. Get those wrapped. Find yourself, please, Snoop. Good boy. Goes there, it goes there. And a bit of cling film, guys. Oops. Right, I've got my little mini muffins. I've got 2 wrapped up there. Got my tuck box, which is there beside me, guys. You can't see what I'm up to, can you? Spoon. That's it. Right, we are done. Right, guys, I'm going to take my apple pies in the front room, sit down with Skippy, have these, and then it's going to be bedtime. I'll do a bedtime, put the boys to bed for you. So that'll be my last video of the day. Mind, please, Snoopers. So I'm going in the front room now. I'm going to sign out, guys. Have these apple pies, and then the next one is going to be bedtime for the boys. Right, here we go. Let me just shorten the selfie stick so I can carry it. There you go, that's better. Right, Skippy's upstairs, I can hear her talking. I think she's on the phone. Right, that's it, guys. I'm going to sign out now, have my apple pies, then I shall speak to you guys a little bit later. Okay, bye-bye.